Today I was asked to make a movie showcasing what it is that we've been doing this school year in our BYOD, Bring Your Own Device, one-to-one iPad combo 4-5 pilot classroom. I raced home to make the movie. That this school year has been the most challenging and yet most rewarding of my 27-year career in teaching. Using this innovative tool of iPads in the classroom has been motivating not just to the students but also to myself. Here a student is showing his computer programming skills in coding that was done on Khan Academy. Students teach other students about computer programming.
And I made it so if the X position is more than if it's more than 390 or less than 10, then it bounces the other way.
Some students throughout the year have been using Minecraft to make science worlds, social studies worlds, and now we're starting a mission project where students are making California missions using the Minecraft app. Some real creativity and innovation with the Minecraft worlds that the students are making. Here is a mission of California. And here's another mission, and what I thought was very funny was that this one had a Starbucks. Hey, that's not on the rubric. Here's another mission being designed. One of my favorite activities that we do each day is we share just for a few minutes what it is that we've been working on our iPads. Students come up and they present. Here a student shares how he saves onto his virtual backpack. In order to get ready for teaching a BYOD one-to-one iPad classroom, I did do a lot of research this summer. One of my greatest discoveries was this planbook.com site. These lesson plans are now attached to Edmodo, and the students each have an Edmodo account, so they have access to their own lesson plans for their grade level. One of my favorite parts of this site is that I can attach instructional movie links for math movies that I've made. Very early in the year, I did learn how to convert all of my YouTube instructional videos to MP4 format. Consequently, this year I have made most of my instructional movies on EduCreations, since YouTube is blocked on student iPads. Students create movies on EduCreations app. It's a wonderful app to use in school. Edmodo is an app that I use and a site where we have a class page. I post my lesson plans from planbook.com and student videos on Edmodo. Notability is just an amazing app. Students can do all of their schoolwork on Notability. Students can annotate and record their voices on Notability. And they can email me their assignments straight from Notability. I've just started trying this app, Shobi. It's a place where students can turn in their work and I can actually send a voice recording back to them. Here a student is showing the added features of Shobi, like adding stickers to photos. I love when students share information about science. Here's an article about a planet. Water vapor plumes raise question about life on dwarf planet series. Another student sent me a movie about this experiment that was done in space. What happens to a water-drenched towel when you wring it when you're in orbit? This is an app called Book Press. It's a way to make virtual books. A recent new discovery for me is Google Earth. Wow, fantastic. Once a week we go to Miss May's class. We are her reading buddies / tech buddies. We bring our iPads, and often students read articles from readworks.org. Also, students make movies together. Every week, our 4th and 5th graders teach the 2nd graders something new about technology. Here, our 2nd grade reading buddies, tech buddies, are on Nearpod in my classroom. Nearpod mirrors lessons that are on the teacher's iPad. One day we were studying tundra ecosystems, and we were on Nearpod, and it felt like we were at the top of the Himalayas. Academics are first and foremost in the all-iPad classroom. Here, the 4th graders are in the science lab doing their math work. Meanwhile, in the classroom, the 5th graders are doing their math work. This is very typical every day for math class. I'm a strong believer in hands-on activities also in the classroom besides using iPads. Both 4th and 5th graders have science experiments about twice a week, and then they record what happens sometimes on Kid Blog, but often every time they do an experiment, they write up the scientific method in their little green scientific notebooks. Hands-on science experiments are motivating and memorable. And the 4th graders this year participated in a science play. And our 5th graders went to outdoor science school. They loved it. Hands-on activities and math are super important also. A big one that I do every year is a pumpkin statistics activity where students are learning those very important data and statistics words. 4th graders used a giant pumpkin this year, but my 5th graders got a chance to analyze tiny little pumpkins, and it turns out tiny little pumpkins have a lot of seeds in them as relative to how many seeds are in a giant pumpkin. Here are some more examples of some hands-on science that we're doing, making some mold slides. It was disgusting. And then also, we do go with the 4th and 5th grade classes into the garden on Fridays when they go. About writing, I do give a lot of writing assignments. Every week the students get a writing assignment, and usually it is expository based on something they're learning about in social studies or science. Just like all the other classrooms in our school, we do put up learning targets for both grade levels. Here's one about math for the 5th graders, converting decimals, and I often put them up for science also, and I change those boards regularly. And my students just spend their days on their iPads. They do academic activities the entire day. Even though I'm the one who makes tons of videos for the students, I'm the main source of their instructional videos. What I love is the tutorial idea of using iPads, that there's instant access to experts. Khan Academy is a perfect example of tutorials and instant access to experts. Here students are on Subtext app. I pushed out a book for all of them to see on their iPads. A real hit this year with parents seems to be the weekly iMovies that I make about what's going on in the classroom. Recycling for a Cause is a project dear to my heart. Each day, our class collects recycling from each class in the school. The money earned from recycling is used for a cause. Recycling for a Cause has 4 committees. The first committee is Ways and Means. They decide on logistics. The second committee is purchasing. They purchase items needed. The third committee is accounting. They figure out how much money we do have to spend. And then the fourth committee is delivery. The delivery committee delivers to the family that we have adopted. At the holidays, we did sponsor a family through Sandpipers that it was a family in need. We purchased some of their wish list items using the money that we had earned recycling. This challenge-based learning activity fits in nicely with 21st century learning activities and Common Core state standards. Our students learned that they could make a difference. This year in the all-iPad classroom, BYOD classroom, students are learning that they can make a difference and to become responsible digital citizens. Using iPads in the classroom really lends itself towards the 21st century learning. Students can create and synthesize information around them. I've got some quotes from 3 students. Here's the first one. Ezra says, "My favorite thing about being in the BYOD classroom is the new experiences with iPads. The iPad has helped me with learning because there is so much fun and cool apps such as Edmodo, and those are my favorites. Ethan says, well, my favorite thing about BYOD is that it is fun and makes things easier. The iPad has helped me learn about technology and being organized. Macy says, this iPad class has really changed my life in so many ways. Getting work done faster, learning how to make movies, computer programming, Edmodo, learning about all of the different apps, and most definitely being one of the only BYOD classes in the district! Exclamation point.